Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I'm your reader, Jay, and this is going to be a general reading for the month of April for the zodiac sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. I thank you so much for stopping by. As you could probably tell, if you're a fan of watching tarot readings on YouTube, I am a new reader here, and so thank you so much for deciding to click on this video. I hope that the messages that you find here resonate with you. If they do, feel free to comment below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to meditate quickly on your energy, Leo, and then I'm going to lay your spread. And then once that's all laid out in totality, I'm going to then proceed with the reading. So let's get started. And Leo, if you're not a fan of watching your tarot reader shuffle on camera, just feel free to check the description box below, and there will be a timestamp there for when I actually have laid all the cards out, and you'll be able to get right to the business. I'm not also much of a reader, much of a talker. Much of a talker during the shuffling process. I'm new here, so there's not much to tell you other than, hi, how are you? It's good to meet you, that kind of thing, you know? So, just a few more and then we'll be ready to start. Oh, a flyer. And you can hear the opera music in the background. That's for me, because when I read, I like to have it playing. It helps the messages come out of my mouth, filter through my brain and through my connection. That's how I read. In this format. If it was private, it would be different. But in this format, that's how I do it. And, okay, I was about to say, I'm waiting for that outcome card. And then we also have the bottom of the deck. And there you go. Alright, so give me a second while I get these guys lined up the way I want them. And then I will sit for just another moment and get that. What's popping out here? What's going on for Leo in April? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Leo. So for the month of April, you are beginning the tide is turning here in the beginning of April for you, Leo. Oh, start off with the Three of Swords. Coming from a place of not so nice feelings, right? A little heartbreak, heartache, a little sadness, a little depression maybe. But I feel that energy is confined with this corner that's happening here. This is confined. Like, this is an energy that you are aware of. It's been around you, or it's been sitting with you, not around you. It's been sitting with you. You possess it. You're well aware of this. You're well acquainted with this energy. But it's like I said, it's cornered off. It's not really affecting you the way it used to. The way it used to is not, it's not happening that way anymore. And the reason that it's here is because, one, you're not fully over it yet. And two, you're kind of, you're keeping it, like, you're keeping it close to you so that you don't forget it. Because when Leo comes out of heartache and heartbreak, and Leo gets back into the playful, spunky kind of energy that Leo is sometimes known for, when that happens, you kind of forget that the world can be a nasty place sometimes. So this is here because you're not fully ready to be that lighthearted lion again. Like, you're not being bogged down by this energy. You're not being tormented with this energy anymore. You just want to, it's like a little sticky note that you keep on your mirror, that you look at every morning. Don't forget that your heart was hurting. Don't forget that they broke your heart. Don't forget that they stabbed you in the back. Don't forget that they betrayed you. Don't forget that you betrayed them. This is a general reading, so it's not to say that, you know, in a general reading that we can't be the perpetrator of the energy. You know, in a general reading, it could apply to you, it could apply to somebody else. But for the sake of speaking, just trying to keep it flowing here, we're going to say it's being done to you, Leo. You could have done it to someone else. You know, Leo isn't always innocent, right? But whatever this is, it's just a general reminder. It's just a general reminder. Like, it's a little thing that you've tucked away. You know where you've tucked it away. It's like it's not that you're hiding it from yourself or you're denying anything. It's just you're not letting anybody else know that this is still a factor in your life. You're all right. Sorry about that, Leo. I had a technical issue with the camera there. Anyway, so the Three of Swords energy, you know, you've tucked it away just to keep yourself aware of where you've been. You know, you don't want to fall into that foolhardy energy that Leo can fall into when, you know, things are going well in their lives. And judging by the overall spread here, things will be looking up if they're not already by the time April comes around. So this is where you start, or this is this is where you, no, it's not where you start, it's where you've been. This is where you've been. Where you actually start is the High Priestess. Okay? High Priestess is that card of intuition, of higher knowing, of being connected to, if you're spiritually inclined, being connected to your higher self or some higher entity that's beyond what we perceive here on Earth. The High Priestess herself, she is sort of like a passageway between what we know here on Earth and what's outside of our knowledge, which is higher than us, above us, you know, spiritually, however you want to perceive that. That's where you are. You're looking at what has existed in your life before, and you're kind of wanting to know what's going to exist in your life in the future, and you're trying to find the bridge that connects the two, because again, this is where you're coming from, that Three of Swords energy, which at some point was really rough on you, was really terrible, but it's lessened now. And even in the upright, I feel that it's lessened. I just feel it. It's not as strong as it used to be. Like this heart probably used to be dripping with blood and it was really gory. Now it's just this very simple artistic rendition. It's not as gory and horrible to witness anymore. And so where you're starting, like I said, is the High Priestess, where you're trying to take what you've learned, from what you've experienced, take what you've learned from what you have experienced, and see how it's going to contribute to the bridge that is your future. Yeah? High Priestess knows, but she doesn't tell. Right? And that's kind of where you are. You know things are looking up. You know you have a prosperous future, or you're going to have a better future than you could even begin to describe to people. It's like spiritual confidence, or your confidence is based on something you believe or something that you feel spiritually that can't really be explained in a book. You can't point to a diagram and say, well, predicted forecast of my life says by, April 2018 or whenever, my life's going to take a turn for the better. You're not able to point to anything concrete, but you still act or feel as though things are going to be coming up roses for you. That's where you are, truly. This is the basis on which the High Priestess is standing, and despite the pain that you've experienced in the past, the High Priestess still has a positive outlook going straight across to the Ten of Cups. And that's kind of what I feel is like up next. I feel the Ten of Cups is up next. And the interesting thing about that is because it comes right above the Hermit. Now, why is that interesting? Because Ten of Cups is like happy family, fulfillment, wishes, not wishes coming true, but like the cups are in the rainbow, right? So like dreams come true, not wishes, but like dreams come true. And there is a difference between wishes and dreams, and I feel like dreams are kind of like it's with that tone of, oh man, if this was this way, what a dream that would be. Versus a wish, I feel, is slightly more practical, or slightly more rooted in what you've been able to observe in reality. A dream, as we experience them when we sleep, are not always anchored in reality. I dream of a future where, we can walk on the clouds. That's not really steeped in reality, but it's something that you dream about. That's what I mean. So I feel that the Ten of Cups is the dreams come true. It's something that doesn't seem feasible, but is still obtainable. Right? That's where you're headed. That's where you're headed. And you're confident because the High Priestess knows. You're headed towards some dream coming true. And again, Ten of Cups depicts a happy family. You've got two adults here, two kids, meadows, hands up to the sky. Happy days, everybody. Happy sunshiny days, right? That's where you're going. It's where you hope to go. It's where you feel it. And again, I say hope because that's relative to a dream. You got a huge dream to do this. A dream come true if you could get that happy family card or get this fulfillment card. It doesn't necessarily have to be family. Maybe your dream come true is eternal bachelorhood or eternal bachelorettehood, whatever it is. But it would be amazing. And it's interesting because the Hermit is underneath it. And the Hermit, he's about self-reflection. He's about going inside and doing retrieval, like reconnaissance. There you go. He's doing recon. You know, he's in there trying to get to the who's and the why's and the what's, and he's trying to get to the deeper meaning of things within himself. Not necessarily to do with any external people or external situations. It's about the self. And this whole square here is amazing because, again, the Three of Swords, when people see it, they don't really like it. But again, it's what I'm feeling. Minimal. It's minimal. These two, Priestess and Hermit, they're strong. They're giving you a foundation. They're giving you a leg up. They're transferring you to the Ten of Cups. She's passing you along. He's boosting you up. And it converges this way. The the Three of Swords is still connected diagonally, but like I said, it's that minimal energy. It's there because you don't want to get too foolhardy. Like this whole thing of dreams come true and pursuing this and trying to get to that. A small part of you, because the Hermit is steeped in reality. He looks at the facts and the figures of the situation, and the High Priestess is more abstract. You know, it's more big ideals, you know, macro, not micro, right? And so that's why the Three of Swords is here, because the Hermit won't allow you to forget. He's gonna keep inventory on this. He knows where the sticky note is, you know. He knows where that seed of caution is planted. You know, maybe he's keeping hold of it for you. Maybe he's holding on to it for you. But this is where you're headed. You know? You're headed there. It's gonna be yours. Like, strongly, I feel it's gonna be yours. Because you're working on it. Like, you've worked on yourself here, in this L-shaped corner here. This is self-work right here. This is external work here. The 10 leading to the Two of Wands and then the Justice card. Two of Wands comes up next to the 10 of Cups. This is decisions. This is planning. This is plotting. This is what's the next journey. This is, I'm getting ready for my next adventure. Let me buy my wardrobe, you know, let me book the plane ticket, let me, you know, square away my bills. And that's to do with, like, actual travel. So that actually might be going on because this card is associated with travel. So there might be actual physical movement that you're going to participate in April. You might be going on a big journey. You might be moving, whatever it is. But this is I'm getting ready to get my ducks in a row, and you're just doing, like, final checklists. Like, is this in order? Is this in order? Did I water the plants? Did I tell my mom I loved her? You know, things like that. And it doesn't have to be exclusively travel. It could just be, have I healed enough? Am I mature enough? If we're talking about self-development. If we're talking about, since it's Wands energy, am I going to be able to commit to this new project? Maybe you want to get into woodworking. All right, so do I have the right tools in my garage for this? Maybe you want to restore a classic car. It's been a dream of yours to do that. with the Ten of Wands. And maybe you were heartbroken because you couldn't afford it, or, you know, deals fell through, or maybe you got divorced and your partner took away the chassis of the car that you were going to build, whatever it is. But this is trying to make this, the Two of Wands is, I'm trying to make sure everything is ready before I set out on this journey. Like checking your pockets for your keys, all that kind of stuff. It's like that last minute. Like I said, it's like a checklist. And it's also a decision. It's also, am I doing what I want to do? Not what is right, but what I want to do. That's what I feel here. Is what I want, because that's what this is about. It's about a solo decision, a personal decision. Is what I want right for me, is what I feel here. And with justice coming underneath, that would be an indication that it is. Whatever you decide, whatever road you take, left or right, it's just, it's fair. It's, you've weighed it out, and the universe has weighed it out alongside you. And it's gonna serve you. It's gonna serve you. Mixture here. Mixture. And, okay, so what are we talking about? What area of life are we talking about? Well, with the Three of Swords there, Ten of Cups there, and Justice, that to me could be a love arc right there. You could have had your heart broken. Where you're going to end up is the Ten of Cups, because that's what's just. Something was done to you in the past, or something just not so nice happened in the past, but you're going to persevere, and you're going to end up here. And that's going to be the just decision, or the fair outcome, is that you get what you wanted. You get that dream come true. How will that happen? Because you've gotten to some spiritual enlightenment. Not to say you're walking around on the earth like a Buddha or something like that, or a Messiah, but you've come to some new level of spiritual enlightenment to yourself. You've gotten an aha moment or two, and it's filled you, like I said, with this confidence. How could that be? Because you went inside and you did work on yourself. And once you've done work on yourself, you come out with a new vision. You come out ready to go on your next journey, or the next leg of your journey, that is life, you know? And I feel with this line here on the top, everything is like flowing towards these two, your outcome and your overall. Let me explain that a little bit. So from here to here to here to here, from here to here to here to here, right? So you were distraught, you went inside, you did work on yourself, you come out, you get a just result. What's the result that is just? What's the result that's fair and balanced and serves all parties involved? Temperance for you in the energy, in the overall outcome, in the overall outcome. Temperance. What's temperance? More balance. More serenity. Peace. And there's alchemy involved. Because this peace and this justice, this balance doesn't come about out of nothing. There's effort involved. The angel here is pouring the water from cup to cup, has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. There's effort involved here. There's careful measurement involved here, through enlightenment with the halo around the head there. So this state of calm, serenity. It's through effort. But when it gets to this space, it feels effortless. I mean, the effort was here, here, and here. But as it progresses, it becomes less and less. This requires a lot of effort to sit with this energy, to sit with a broken heart, to sit with an aching heart, and then reflect on it, like to experience it, to be living in the pain, in the tears, the loss, the heartache, whatever it is, and then to go and say, all right, well, I got to think about it. To feel it, then think about it, then have a more balanced perspective. Okay, I see where I went wrong there in the past. I see where they went wrong. We both were wrong. We both could have been better. Whatever it is, allows you to come out on this end with temperance. That's wonderful progress. Like, that's mature, that's enlightened, that's to a degree humble, because Leo isn't always known for being humble, even though Leo is tender-hearted and Leo, lives through the heart. So there is humbleness in that. Like, you give so much of yourself, or you have such an open and warm demeanor that, it kind of, you get humbled when you get hurt in your heart. Like, oh man, I was so open to you and open to this person or open to this circumstance, and then something happened and it crushed me, or it scarred me. Then you come out with temperance. You get humbled by that, right? Across the top, even though the King of Cups is not an outcome, it's an overall energy, which is informing the entire reading. But it's interesting because it's still a line here where, all right, you're reflecting in a bigger sense, bigger than the Hermit, outer worldly, spiritually, however you want to think of it. You're communicating with entities or spirits, or you're wondering and you're thinking about, you're considering more than what you've experienced here on Earth. And that kind of gives you solace a little bit, And it doesn't prevent you from dreaming. All this stuff that happened down here, this tough energy, doesn't stop you from dreaming. Doesn't stop you from believing you'll cross a bridge to a better day, because you're going to get that better day. You're confident in it. You feel it coming. And you feel it coming because look at how he's oriented here, the Two of Wands. He's looking right at his dream. He's choosing his dream, right? So that all leads across to the King of Cups. What's the King of Cups with your overall energy? King of Cups, highest court card in the cup suit. So he's all about love. He's all about emotions. He's all about being mature with his emotions, offering realness, authenticity, not fake, not restricted, freedom with his emotions, good and bad. But because your reading overall is positive, or is overall at least progressive, the King of Cups is here, that he's your ticket back to yourself, Because like I said earlier, Leo is kind of foolhardy, a little bit like lighthearted, like I just want to have a good time. Leo has that reputation, life of the party, someone that, it can always be called on for a good time. But sometime in the recent past, you weren't always that person to call. You weren't there to liven up the party. You weren't in that mood to be that person. You're getting back to that. The King of Cups is going to allow you to get back to that. You're going to be reminded of you're going to be reminded that, yeah, life can be real crappy sometimes. It can sting and it can hurt to be led around by your heart, but ultimately that's how you're going to end up, because it's your nature. It's your nature to do that. Even though Leo is not a water sign, because Cups rules water signs, but Leo is an effusive sign, is a sign that's full of heart and compassion, you know? Since you have so many major arcanas here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is definitely strongly influenced by the universe, excuse me. A lot of this is, quote unquote, out of your hands, in the sense of, I think you've put in the work, and now the universe is going to come in and shuffle some things about for you, set some things into motion for you, put some things in their proper place for you, because you have worked so hard. That's what I think this is. It's like a homecoming almost, you know? If we were to think of people, if you want to associate these cards with any particular signs or people in your life, you've got the High Priestess, not necessarily ruled by any particular sign, but is associated with the moon, so that might have to do with Cancers. Pisces also sometimes is associated with the High Priestess card. Hermit, that's associated with Virgo, so there might be a Virgo who's influencing you or is somehow integral to this storyline. They might be helping you in this self-reflection process. This might be somebody who, you know, is in that cave alongside you holding that lantern, you know. Justice card here is associated with Libra. So there might be a Libra that has an association with your happiness, or going back to the Three of Swords, might have been a perpetrator, because that is also a Swords card, and Libra is an air sign, and that's associated with the Suit of Swords. So Libra, even though Justice, I feel, is playing out in your favor in the spread, the actual Libra person, if there is one, don't assign this, don't be hardcore about this. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But there might be a Libra who, again, is playing a role here, and maybe it wasn't such a nice role. Yeah. And then Temperance in your outcome, that's going to be associated with Sagittarius, so there might be a Sagittarius of significance here too. You have all the elements here except for Earth, so this is definitely less to do with money and finances or your physical surroundings and your physical environments. This is more like in the ether, you know. You're dealing with emotions, yes, with the Cups cards. You're dealing with spirit because of the Wands card and the Hermit and the High Priestess. So this is definitely a reading that's a little out of this world, to be all cliche and weird about it, I suppose. It's definitely a lot of internal energy, a lot of energy that has to do with what's going on inside of you for April, and getting back to yourself, getting back to your center, your spiritual center. Again, not like you could, but I don't see it here. I don't really see this as like the process has happened through physical means. Like, I don't see you practicing yoga here. I don't see you, you know, running a marathon and, you know, exercising your demons that way, or getting over whatever the circumstances that way. I just view this as you've come out of this, because again, this was a weak energy, this three of swords. This wasn't strong in this reading. It's here, but it's not ruling you. It's not got dominion over you. You have pretty much conquered it. And maybe in the past, maybe you were doing yoga or other physical things to happen, but at this point now it's transferred into a higher dimension, a higher level of perception and consideration. And I just don't see, like, again, you can associate it with other signs, but I don't see other people here. If I did, it would be here. Like, I'm not feeling it strongly. If I did, it's here in the Ten of Cups, because even though, again, you could have your dream to be a bachelor forever, but in the card itself, it's depicting a family. And with cups being here and here, there could be a water sign of significance. Don't force it if it doesn't fit. But if that were to be the case, you would be looking at a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces of significance to you. And if that's the case, because again, King of Cups, he's here. He's sitting right there. King of Cups would be someone who is emotionally giving. Somebody who wants to give to you, wants to share his cup with you, you know? Would be someone who is established, like established in the sense of like self-aware, not established, self-aware. King of Cups would be self-aware. Would have a vision or an understanding of their own emotional capacities. Like, there's no mystery to the King of Cups himself. He doesn't see himself through rose-tinted glasses. He's very upfront with himself about his own emotions, about his own emotional state, good or bad. When he's depressed, he knows it. When he's overjoyed, he knows it. He's never really putting on a mask, especially since he's in the upright. He's not putting on a mask here. He's not trying to deceive himself. So that's if there's someone of significance in this storyline here who you're trying to connect with, or because this line is leading to him, this person might be shy at first, because, you know, the King of Cups, he knows what's up. He knows you can't trust everybody. As much as he's giving, he's also discerning. He's like, everybody come in and enjoy, but if you start, you know, like if he's throwing a party or something like that, everybody's welcome. But if you start to act a fool, he's going to see you and he's going to red flag. He's going to pull a red flag on you. Okay? So it's not foolish giving of love and affection and compassion and all that stuff. And the ship that's behind him on the water there is red. So he's definitely able to pull the red card when he needs to. Okay? So, if there was to be someone that you're connecting with, like, towards the future that you're connecting with, it could be a King of Cups character, someone of a water sign, or they're right now possessing those qualities of a water sign. Maybe could be a Sagittarius. Leo and Sagittarius definitely can vibe, can definitely get along, and travel being catty corner here to the Temperance. Sagittarius is definitely about travel, definitely about, you know, embarking on adventures and things like that. Okay? Anything else here? Not really. Like, if there was a love story here, it's long, like, whatever the love story of significance could be at the potential here with the King of Cups or with the Sagittarius or whatever, whoever's in the future. But it's not clear who it is or if it's actually going to be that way. Because this connection with the King of Cups doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friendly. It can be platonic, you know. This is, like I said, it's not pentacles driven. I don't see much here that's based in reality. I see a lot of this being above you, like in your subconscious, in your higher self consciousness, whatever. Your day-to-day life is whatever it is. It is what it is now. It's gonna be what it is in April. But your spiritual life, your internal development, your understanding and perspective on those levels is going to be blossoming. You're going to get some positive outcomes, some balanced and serene and calm outcomes based on the work that you've done previously. That's good. That's freaking good. You can't shake a stick at that. Yeah, man. All right. So that is your reading for April, Leo. I thank you so much for sticking with me this entire time. If this has resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if you feel so compelled. And I will speak to you again in May when I come back with your next general reading. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.